We all knew that was going to happen, didn't we? Especially you, if you were watching. We went to some shops today for we went to Argos to pick up a kettle that we ordered. And I went to, hello Mr. Monty, how you doing, buddy? I went to Carphone Warehouse I was aiming for because I wanted to measure OnePlus 8 Pro against my current phone to figure out how big it is, because I think it's going to be too big. But I feel like I can't wait for the new Pixel because it's not going to come out until October in the UK, which is crazy. We've also got Monty a little bell, so we know where he is. He's got a little collar on, and he's got a little tag coming as well with his little name on it, just in case. Anyway, going to the queue at Currys/Carphone Warehouse. We were second in the queue. He was like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I want to go measure some phones." And he goes, "Well, there's going to be like an hour wait." I'm like, "Well, bye then." What the fuck? You are absolutely adorbs, you know that, Mr. Monty, don't you? Although with his collar, look, you can't brush his neck as easy. Oh, I used to love it getting a little brush neck. Oh my golly, he's like a little ferret, look. Look how long he is. Yeah, otherwise, that was about that. We had a really nice dinner of we did kung pao chicken with egg fried rice and duck pancakes. Delicious. And we've just been chilling, played a couple of games, and that's about it. Sad times. Mr. Monty Moo. What do you think of that, eh? What do you think of that? Monty figured out how to not wear his collar, and that is by trying to get it off and then getting it in his mouth and then freaking out. So Laura came in to me while I'm in the shower. She's like, "Get out of the shower, you need to help me." And he's just freaking out, and it was stressful. The collar is a bit big. We'll wait for him to get a bit bigger and then it'll fit it. God damn it. Otherwise, we're about to put PJs on and put a film on. Maybe eat some prawn crackers because we've got some left over. Otherwise, today has been pretty boring. Formula 1, boring. And then just gaming and just chilling, basically. Not very adventurous. It is now time to chill out, though, because we've got work tomorrow. Has anything else happened today? Yeah, we didn't go out or anything. Oh, hello. Laura's banging around upstairs there. So, anyway, this time for good. Thanks for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you later. What's one more day between friends at this rate, eh? Monty now has a new collar. This one is now a kitten collar, which is much trying to give us a little wiggle. No, this is much better because now look, it's under here, whereas the other one was way too big compared. Oh, you floppy, just want a belly rub such a yes, boy. Otherwise, though, we have to look after Mr. Monty because he's got a little case of acne on his little chinny chin, which he's not going to show you because he's embarrassed. But yeah, we kind of thought it was just a unique little black patch on his chin, but it's been slowly getting bigger, isn't it? So now we've been washing it with a little flannel. We've changed when we got his collar thing, we've changed his food bowls now to metal ones because apparently, how much water you got in there? Enough. Metal is better. And we're going to the vet on Friday anyway, so we'll be what are we doing? What can we do? What else? What else has gone on today? Otherwise, today has been a weird day because I needed to make up for some time I lost on Friday when we had no electricity and no way to charge my laptop. So I worked earlier, finished later, and then rushed to the supermarket because we needed to go Pets at Home, which we thought closed at 6. And then obviously we did our Monday shopping trip. Otherwise, today's been pretty good. We've just been boshing through the code, fixing this service, making this service work. It's all Gucci. I've also been organising a social, face-to-face social thing for the team in a couple of weeks. So it's been good fun. But yeah, tomorrow, because I'm on call this week. I have more time to talk to you in the morning and whatnot. What do you need to do? By the way, Monty, what are you doing? I honestly, at this point, don't know who I'm kidding, but I'll catch you later.
Ready? Where's it going? Where's it going? Nope. That's bad. Come on then. Yes. Oh. Again?
He's very good at getting these bloody collars off, man. I've just discovered A Wire in the Blood is on Amazon Prime Video. I have very little memory of Wire in the Blood, but I remember watching it and thinking it was great. The key thing I remember, two things I remember about the program Wire in the Blood was, one, it made me want to be a clinical psychologist, and two, Dad tricked me into watching Saw 3 because, quote, it's a bit like Wire in the Blood. Nothing like it. But yeah, so it and Shameless are the two things. I've got a really weird nose today that kind of feels like it's gonna start bleeding, but it doesn't. I'm like, feel like it's so close to having a nosebleed. Anyway, but yeah, it's like one of those things I used to watch as a kid, like Shameless, that I didn't really watch, so I don't really remember much about it. There's very few things. I'm quite good at remembering stuff like that. Like I can't reread a book or rewatch a film without knowing what happens in it, you know? So like, but these are old enough for me to remember that or Shameless, to be fair, I remember quite a lot of Shameless. But this in particular is old enough for me to remember that I like it, but I was too young to remember anything about it or probably even understand it. Otherwise, we've been trying to teach Monty fetch. It's going well. Apparently, ragdolls in general like playing fetch. It's meowing outside this door now. Laura's already been to bed, so I don't know how he's going to deal with 2 separate bedtimes. I feel like I need to do more with my time outside of work. That is starting to bug me. Otherwise, though, what else has happened? Work today, I finished basically all of the C# configuration stuff. I only had 2 minor arguments. There's a piece of work that we're refining that I'm like, I feel like we can do this just in time when we require it. I don't see the point in this stopping go live, or even as discussing it now, because it may never happen. And it's so small that if it does ever happen, then we can do it. But it's one of those things where we won't be able to justify it. We'll try and make this change to something we don't control, and that person, that team, will be like, why the fuck? He's pouring at the door. I'll let him in. Hello, Monty Boo. You're supposed to be asleep.
I know, buddy. I know. Isn't it much nicer without your collar on?
Anyway, yeah, and then another thing about like retry logic. But it's fine. Down, get down. Anyway, but otherwise, only 1 walk today. Maybe that's why I feel like I'm a bit cooped up. But yeah, I feel like I need to do more with my time. But I don't know what. I've had one of them days today where I don't leave the house because lunchtime was this morning it was wet. This afternoon it was wet. And I can really tell the difference in my like psyche when I do that. Mr. Monty now has a little bit of bling on his collar, which you can hear his collar. He's also got a little tag on it now with his little name on, just in case. And yeah, otherwise today has been a day of polishing stuff off, I guess. But it's bedtime now. Has anything happened exciting today? Yeah, this morning instead of a walk, I played Formula 1. Monty's on an absolute mad one today. He has just been fighting everything. Monty, you know we don't play on the stairs. Good boy. He chased me up the stairs then. He's there. If that was Laura, he would have gone for her legs, but he gets told off by me, so he doesn't do it. Laura's heading out for the day. She is going into the office to train up a new person. So it's just me and Monty. So Monty's going to have to get used to not having his best friend to sit with. So I put a little blanket down. You can enjoy that. Now I'm going to do some work. I'm in such a shitty position right now, right? Where we effectively have had, while I was off, there's 3 branches were created for 3 pieces of work that never really finished, right? I'm working on that last one. So someone created a branch, did some stuff. Halfway through that, someone created a branch, did some stuff. Then, halfway through that, I was told to create my branch off of that second branch. The first branch had some additional changes, some significant additional changes made to it, and then closed. The second branch is now in a PR state, which again is in theory up to date with master. Mine is still roughly based off that first branch, which has already closed and is completely different. Oh my god, and the PR is not going to sail through for this second one. And I basically undo half of it anyway. Oh god. I really feel like the way that we do branching just fucks everything up. Like, it artificially adds 2 or 3 days to development time. And I'm not even shitting you. Like, at least I'm going to spend all day today attempting to get this second PR through so that in such a state that I can then make my branch up to date with master and then strip half of it out. And it's partially because of like how weird the tasks are that we've been doing. Monty's just doing whatever the fuck he wants. Like, we've been trying to hit a moving target. We've had 3 EP tickets aiming at different versions of that moving target. But as soon as the target moved, we should have just dropped them all and gone to the newest target, you know what I mean? Instead of, why are we merging something through for a stub, which we don't use anymore? Because the real one is literally behind it in the test environment. We're so petrified of merging something big that we just do several massive changes because we have to undo everything in each change. Oh god, it kills me inside, it really does. And like, I don't know what to do. The problem with this like automatic merging thing with Git is things get in there unintentionally. Like with the rebase pattern, you are very deliberately putting every single change in. And I like that process. And the problem is that there are currently things, there's definitely things on my branch that shouldn't be there. There are things on this branch that shouldn't be there. Any time spent on this branch that's currently in PR delays my branch, which is the thing we want by the end of tomorrow. But there's things wrong with it that my branch has or doesn't have. It's got things that that's going to get merged in that I'm going to have to then remove because they're not even on my branch. And they were never on my branch, so I never removed them from my branch. It's so confusing when we do things like this. I hate strategies where it takes a long time to integrate with each other. And they all claim, my entire team claims that my strategy of all commit to the same branch is worse because it takes longer to integrate. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. Every single commit is an immediate integration point. Rather than, and you're forced to work together, rather than disappear for 2 weeks and do something, and then someone else does something completely different. And you only realise now, it drives me mad. Anyway, I've got to figure out how to strategize this, because I need to figure out how to smoothly get my branch through, bearing in mind this thing won't merge till tomorrow afternoon. So like, what do I do till then? I don't think Monty likes it warm. He was here earlier, literally here on this blanket, but now the boy is just on that little chair. Look, one absolute king. It is getting hot in here, to be honest with you boys. To be fair, I can open windows since he's not in here. Oh, it's nice. Oh, that's a nice breeze outside. Well, look, I've been through merge number 1. I have what I think I want at the end of it. Now I've got to go through merge number 2 because he's officially merged. Like it wasn't too much of a pain in the ass. But I'm basically just going through and manually like doing stuff. Like, God, I'm bringing it up in the retro, man. This branching strategy is dumb as fuck. Well, let's do a branch per task. That's stupid. It's just all branch on the same fucking branch, man. As soon as we decided to take a branch off of something that's A, temporary, and B, you're replacing, we should have just killed it there. It's just dead. I did get something from that initial thing. That initial merge with his half branch that isn't a master. But not a crazy amount. I've got the integration tests running / deleted because most of them wouldn't work with my change anyway. Only 2 of them will. Oh, fuck me. And only 2 of them will if I make some modifications to them. Oh my god. FML, it did occur to me way too late there that I just opened the windows and then can walk downstairs and old Monty's sat there. We've had a pretty good day today. It's been chilled out all day, which usually means he's going to go absolutely nutty tonight, but you know. He does mostly sleep upstairs now. I think he sleeps most of the night on like a computer chair and then comes into... Oh, you see, he plays with Laura's nail file. But we've both got visions of him like donking it in his neck or something when he jumps off something. So, but yeah, he's words with words. Words with words. I don't know. Otherwise today, not too bad. Got both the mergers in. It's now on to PR. I need to deploy it to the test environments and stuff to make sure it's working. Should be good fun. Yeah, because that service is out. I had a Terraform issue, but I'm bored of that, so looking at something else. Otherwise, been for a nice walk. Nice and chill. I'm going to go to the vet tomorrow. Oh, Monty, which is why we've got your carrier out. You excited about that? Nope. Earlier, I didn't have my thing, but he was sat, I lay him down, I picked him up and then like lay him down, like here. And he was just laid here with his face there. And like he's just literally just like sprawled out on his back and just like scratching his belly. And he's just fallen asleep. You're absolutely adorable. So recently Monty's discovered, well, shoes, but also how good it is to lie on your back and just get your belly scratched. It's great. But otherwise, today has been a Friday. I feel like Fridays shouldn't be a thing when you have to work from home. I can't remember the last time I had a productive Friday. I used to always be about Fridays. Friday was the best day of the week and all that. But it's just not. But we took him to the vet. He was very good at the vet. Got his final vaccinations. Now doesn't have to go back for at least like 2 months or so. He's got until that visit. Otherwise though, today we were finishing off some projects and stuff. I finished off, let's leave the fridge open, what the fuck. Some dev work for a thing. It's now all sorted. It's got to sit and wait behind other people's stuff because I don't know why the way we branch things just doesn't mean that you can just merge whenever you want. Even though that seems to be the target for it. Anyway, I don't have anything to say, to be honest. Otherwise, this evening I've been playing Satisfactory, trying to get to the end of tier 5. I'm pretty close to it. And then what, Monty? Yeah, watching Wire in the Blood, which is like again something I'm watching. Like I say, he's figured out he can drag these shoes around now. He's like a dog, legitimately like a dog. Look at him, but I wouldn't fucking melt over there. Jesus Christ, look at that! Look at them eyes. Just look at his little eyes. Oh my god, you're so cute. Oh. Yeah. What followed there was he went upstairs, slept on. I'd say we went to bed to sleep, obviously. Well, I was reading for a little bit, and then I slept. And he was going batshit crazy. Weren't you? Yes, you were. He was batting around. He was like trying to dig in the duvet. Oh my god, he was going mad. He got banished downstairs. Was not happy. Was not having it either. Today we've just been a bit more chill. We've done like all of the jobs except for clothes wash tomorrow. Crazy, I know. And went shopping to go get some bread for lunch and shit like that, basically. Also, I'm in a mission to try and fix our doorbell myself. That's exciting. But couldn't find any wire. I just want wire, not cable, wire. That's the length I'm going to right now. It's exciting. Also played Formula One, China Grand Prix. Going to the Netherlands next. It's exciting. But yeah, that's about all. Monty's now hiding behind the curtain, which isn't a good omen for getting him to bed. We had a pretty standard day today. Garden centre, B&Q. Didn't go to IKEA, but I got a saw. A bit DIY. We're doing that thing where we buy things for something and think that that equates to actually doing it. Like I bought boards so that I could put them up in the loft. Never put them up though, but I got the boards, so it's like half the job, isn't it? We're investigating putting some shelves up in here because this is just like dead space, you know. And then we could put like a shelf, and then we can have like a thing for Monty to climb on, and all of this stuff can either go in the shelf or up. Oh, noise, man! Fucking plane going over. But yeah, so we're doing that at some point alongside trying to fix the doorbell, which we've now got all the equipment for. So in theory, I can do, but it does mean having to kill the electricity of the house because I'm terrified of dying. You know, Monty's coming up the stairs. Otherwise, I've been playing Satisfactory. Really need to get on to the automation of computers and heavy modular frames. They're the things I need to automate next. It's just a bit of a bitch. I've got to build a factory somewhere else, but I also need a bit more power first. I need to beef up my coal powered generators. That's what I need to do. I need at least an extra 2. I need at least an extra 16 generators. Which shouldn't be too bad to add. I feel like I can do that easier over that place, which is closer to where I'm going to do the rest of the stuff. I can do fuel generation, but I need to like go to turbo fuel if I'm going to do that. But by the by, spent a significant amount of time on that today. Back to work tomorrow. We should be going into UAT with a project tomorrow. Should be interesting. UAT, the third party company we're integrating with should be going into UAT. I don't think we're in a position to go into our staging environment, which will enable them to do that. But we'll find out. My PR is at the back of a queue of things that aren't finished yet. God damn it. Right. Otherwise, I'm going to go to bed. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I want to make it very clear that I'm not complaining, but today it was wet this morning. Because it's nice and cool now. So today has been like an indoors day. Fortunately, no walk. Instead of my walk this morning, I attempted to play Formula 1 without the racing line after watching a video about someone who said that like using the racing line trains you to look at where the car is rather than where you're going, and they find it easier to think about where you're going rather than that. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Didn't work, mind, but they are right. Like because of the racing line, I attack every corner much harder than I should, I guess. But anyway, otherwise today has been, I've been trying to figure out how to sort out logging and stuff in our new microservice. We have some magic stuff that does some magic things, and our service wasn't doing it. And I needed to reverse engineer how that thing worked so that I could do it in our service. It was fun because we're doing, the way that we listen to service bus events is different to the rest of the platform. We do it properly, just like to say. But it means we can't use a lot of their stuff that's like free, you know. Yeah, otherwise I've been like spinning a lot of plates today. It's been quite busy. Trying to get things done for a certain time. We're still a bit delayed on other stuff, so I'm alright, effectively. I'm kind of sat just waiting for everyone else to finish a little bit. Otherwise we went shopping. Monday, standard Monday shit, you know. Otherwise I spent about an hour or so doing some programming today. Watch out. Changing the way that I'm doing this cursor thing on something I was building a very long time ago, building it again. Carrying on, boys. I hit roadblock previously, trying to do something within the Mongo engine, and I feel like that's going a bit too far. I don't need to. Mr. Big Boy is trying to threaten me. I'm not doing anything. Get a bit feisty. He's going to have his mad 5 minutes before he comes to bed. But yeah, so better. Ooh, today was a long day. I logged on early to try and help get something over the line in the morning, and then had issues with someone else's stuff until like the very end of the day, and then they merged their thing in an attempt to fix it on my branch because my branch had better login and stuff. Still didn't get it done by the end of the day. Didn't log off till 6. That's like 2 hours extra, boys. Not quite. Well, yeah, it is combined with yesterday, and probably tomorrow. God damn, boy. But yeah, we're having some issues with certificates and stuff. Talking to this third-party service is a pain in the ass. Otherwise, Monty has discovered the balloon that we have in our chimney to stop the wind coming down. And that's not going to end well. So I'm on a walk. I'm about 25 minutes into my walk. You can see that 1% battery. I'm listening to a podcast. I'm on 70% battery. And they talk about, I literally pulled it off charge 25 minutes ago. And they're talking about video quality on phone cameras and like resolution and something. And I was like, I swear my phone, which is really old, evidently by the battery, can do 4K video. And I check, go into the settings, see that there's an option for 4K. It's just shut off again now. I was on 70% battery. I see that it's 4K, lock the screen, put it back in my pocket, dead. I literally, 20-minute walks will kill it. It went from 70% to 1% in about 30 seconds. When I talk about how just this is a glorified landline at this point, I ain't joking. I've been putting off getting a phone because I'm waiting for the new Pixels. I'm waiting for the Pixel 4a, which I think will actually be a good enough like stopgap until they make a good flagship Pixel. But my god, I can't deal with this much longer. And it's like a common thing with old batteries, like it's called battery sag, where it can't deliver the voltage that it requires to stay on, and then obviously all the controllers just assume it's dead. Like my longboard does it to a certain extent. If you are like hammering it up a hill, now because it's a relatively old battery, it starts to sag, and then it reports less battery than it's actually got, and it doesn't really get that back either. But I've never had a phone long enough to actually see this happen on a phone. And to be fair, I don't think I've had a phone this long, but Laura's had her Samsung way longer than well no, half a year longer than I have, at least. And hers is fine. So, goddamn, I love Pixels, but damn boy, it is the original Pixel, and obviously the Pixel 4 is out, so it's at least 3.5, 4 years old, but Jesus. Good grief. Today was another extremely hectic day, but it's the kind of day I like, where like you've just got to really rapidly problem solve, push changes, and get stuff up. We've got we had problems with some deployments. We figured out what the problem was. Turns out that the authentication is case sensitive. Fascinating. So like the URLs aren't case sensitive. So www.google in capitals, it's the same as Google. But if you went to like /search with a lowercase, you get forbidden. But if you go to /search with a capital, it's fine, or the other way around, one of the two. Anyway, that was an interesting one. Then we got problems with our integration test, which was a thread-based issue, which was a performance-based issue if we've got too many dead letters. That took a long time to solve. It's just been literally hectic. I didn't take lunch until like 3 o'clock. We got it deployed finally into the staging UAT environment 3 days after we were aiming for. But we've had a lot of setbacks, that, like most of which weren't in our control. Going well. And then we got DNS issues, which we think are out of our control. We'll find out, won't we, when we go in tomorrow. When it won't work tomorrow morning, and then we have to do it all again. But we're going to have a half day on Friday to make up for it. So, but it's been some really long, crazy days trying to get these things over the line. Pain in the ass. Oh, owies. Just scratched my head and that hurt. But yeah, so been a long day, and then I chilled this evening just playing games. It was great. And I'm heading to bed. It is absolutely bouncing down outside. Laura's gone to bed, but like, fucking torrential. We managed to hit our staging UAT release today. Bit of a weird day because technically it's the start of a new sprint, but we finished the sprint really quickly at the end of the day. We did like planning this evening, in the late afternoon. We did like the review early afternoon, things like that. It was wild. Hi, Mr. Moon. Hello. But yeah, it was pretty just weird. Just pretty chilled out. We did like a presentation to the rest of the firm as well, company, which is pretty cool. Pretty good fun. Monty's discovered the rain, just as I'm going to want to put him in out of this room so we can go to bed. Damn it. It's the end of a week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God for that. We've also got a long weekend. Although it's not going to be a fun, well, it is going to be a fun weekend, but it's not going to be a weekend that I can do whatever I want with because Laura's sister's coming. Laura's literally gone to the train station to go pick her up. So we're going to be entertaining for the next 2 days. Till, well, Monday actually she goes back. And then I think some of Laura's friends, and my friends arguably, are driving past us. So they're going to come around for like a cup of tea on Monday. It's going to be a long weekend. But because it's Laura's sister, not like friends or family, effectively I can do what I want. Formula 1 weekends, I watch Formula 1. Woo! Otherwise, I'm waiting for Monty to finish having a little poop so that I can empty his litter tray. Otherwise, work today was pretty quiet. Been fixed 2 bugs, but I'm getting blocked by a problem with a different microservice that isn't even owned by our team that suddenly just stopped working in our environment. I don't know why. So, but yeah, I've got the bug fixed. Monty just freaked the fuck out. Hey, hey! Oh, he's distracted. But yeah, so is that going to be a nice smelly poop for me? Monty keeps going in my bin and pulling out tissues and then like running off with it as if it's his. What's happening in there, mister? Hey, come on out. My God. Monty, that's gross. Oh my gosh, Monty, new day. We've now, Laura's currently taking Laura's sister to the train station. We are sat waiting. We've got more people expecting to come. Monty, get out my tissues. Some of Laura's friends are coming past, and my friends are coming past from, they've been in Cornwall for the weekend and they're driving on their way past. They may stop, but there's also traffic on the M5, so if I was them, I wouldn't stop. It's been a fun weekend. I've basically been doing my own thing, watching Formula 1, playing games. We went out for a meal on Saturday night to go to the burger place, which was a really nice burger actually. Yesterday we had a chill out day in the house basically, and then today just went out, got some lunch, and now they're off, and now we wait. Isn't that right, Monty? Yeah, man, it's busy. We've got more people coming soon, so good grief. And I'm going to call it and the vlog here, arbitrarily setting a line in the sand. Back to work tomorrow. Friends didn't come around. They hit too much traffic on the M5 and just wanted to like head back up. Which I mean, I wouldn't, if I hit a shitload of traffic, I wouldn't want to then stop. You know what I mean? I'd be like, I'm making progress now. I'm going to carry on making progress while I can. So fair play. Also, Laura's going back to Nottingham at some point this month as well. So it's not like the end of the world. Otherwise, they're just been, like, to be honest with you, I'm pretty thankful for that. I haven't even had to do that much entertaining, and I'm pooped from this weekend. I'm going to sleep like a goddamn brick tonight. Oh, Mr. Moo. I'm very, very tired. But yeah, back to work. We've got 4 days to hit our deadline, haven't we, Monty? Yes, we do. And then what are we doing? What's we got? Also, been playing a lot of Satisfactory, and I'm just starting like my first like proper big thing. Where previously I've just kind of made the most of what I've got, but now I'm aiming for something, and I want to build this huge thing just to make like have 4 things printing computers at a time. I've basically like I've got X amount of stuff, and I'm going to try and make as much stuff with that stuff as I can. Exciting, I know. But yeah, at the moment I'm making as much quick wire as I possibly can with my current resources. And that means like having to use refineries to make pure copper instead of copper because I need it's exciting stuff. I'm genuinely well excited. Anyway, got re-addicted to that game over and again. Oh, look at my Mr. Man. Look at him, he loves having his little chest. Yes, yes. But he's a bit playful. He wants to play, and it's bedtime. Look at this. Look at Mr. Moo. He's like, play with me. He was going for my zip. It's very difficult to wear hoodies around him because he either goes for this or this. Also, that's a nail file. He likes things that are roughly this shape. Laura nearly lost some mascara underneath the fridge today. But that's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you later.